Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to solve Codeforces problem box fitting. Before we start looking into the problem details, I want to mention that my channel is dedicated to help people who are preparing for their Java J2 interviews and for their coding interviews. You will find lot of helpful and videos on my channel that can help you in your Java and coding interview preparation. There are over 250 solved different coding exercises which were previously asked coding interview problems by Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Yahoo, Amazon, Apple, and many other big tech companies. And those problems are selective problems in the sense that they constitute very important coding questions for ITs such as DFS, BFS, matrix problems, graph problems, binary search tree problems, binary search related coding questions, dynamic programming problems, as well as linked list and string related different coding questions. So this channel can definitely help you in your Java job interview preparation, so please subscribe to this channel. So let's go through this problem statement box fitting first, and we will go with some examples and the Java solution for the same. So you are given n rectangles, each of height 1. Each rectangle width is power of 2, that is it can be represented as 2 raised to x for some non-negative integer x. You are also given a two-dimensional box of width w. Note that w may or may not be power of 2. Moreover, w is at least as large as the width of the largest rectangle, right? So the rectangles, like the boxes we have, cannot be more than the width, right? So maximum they have the width same as the width of the bigger box, right? So rectangles width cannot be bigger than the box width basically. So we are given n different rectangles. You have to find out smallest height of this box such that it is able to fit all the given rectangles. It is allowed to have some empty space left in this box after fitting all rectangles. You cannot rotate the given rectangles to make them fit into the box. Moreover, any two distinct rectangles must not overlap. That is, any two distinct rectangles must have zero intersection area. So what it means is we cannot put one box in front of the other box like that, right? Means we cannot have any intersection basically. So let's look into the what input is given to us. So input is given, for example, in this case, first example, right? So 5 rectangles are given to us and the box width is 16, right? And these 5 followed by this one is 5 rectangles width basically, right? How wide they are. So this is given to us, and in the output we have to it should be equal to the answer of the ith case, the smallest height of the box. So we have to fit these rectangles into the box in such a way that the height of the box will be smallest, right? So that is what the question is saying. So as you can see, this word smallest, right, is very important. Smallest means this is a greedy problem, right? Because it's smallest or minimum basically, so it's a greedy problem. So let's take one example over here on the whiteboard. So let's take first example. This example we will take, or we will take this 610 example. So let me just remove this example and we will take another example here. So this is the example. So 10 is the width, right? 10 is the width that is given to us, and 6 are these rectangles basically. So these are the rectangles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these are the widths that are given to us. So how we can fit this? So let's first go visually. Let's just go visually like how we can fit this, right? So let's just draw one box basically, right? So let's say this is our box, right? And this width is 10. It is given to us that this width is 10. So what we will do, we have to keep the height minimum, right? So which means that we will have to first we will start putting the maximum, right? Maximum width rectangle. So 8. So let's say we put 8 width rectangle here, right? So this is the 8 width rectangle. After that 2 space is left, right? So we will put 1 2 rectangle, right? So 2 rectangle we will put after this. So once we put this 2 rectangle, means 8 and 2, width rectangle, then we don't have any space left, right? Which means that we have to go to the next row now. So again on the next row we will go with the largest possible width which is available, right? So this is the largest width available. So again we will put that width here, that box here with the width 8, right? Again 2 width is left over, so we will check if there is any box with a 2 width. Yes, we find one box with a 2 width. We will put that box here. So at this moment we don't have anything left in this row, right? This row is completely filled, which means that we have to go to the next row, right? So next row again we will find out the maximum size box which is available, right? So again 8 box is available, so we will again put 8 box here, right? And then we will check how much is the width available to us, 2, right? So we will check if any box with a width equal to 2 or less is available, right? So maximum width which is less than equal to 2, so 2 is available, so we will use that 2 here. And then in this case this is how we can put these boxes, and after that the width will be like the height of the box will be 3 basically, right? Height of this height. So let's look at the, so as you can see 3 is how, this is how we are getting 3, right? 3 is the minimum height that we can fit these rectangles into the box as I shown you here. So as you can see we always greedily choose whatever is the maximum available first, right? So maximum available, for example here maximum available is 8, so we'll put 8. After then whatever is left over space we will choose the maximum available box to fit that space, right? So 2 is available, 2 is available, we will like 2 box means 2 uh, length is available and box with a size 2 available, so we will always greedily choose the maximum. So for example 2 we will choose here, right? So if there is, for example there are boxes with 1 and 2, we in this case we will always go with the maximum, right, which will fit there 2. So that's why it is a greedy problem, right? So this is a greedy problem basically, and this is a greedy solution basically for this problem. So this is what the problem is. So let's look at like how we can solve this problem, right? So first thing is we are going to use tree map, which is a Java map structure. And the space, the important thing about tree map it will keep the keys in sorted order, right? So first we will create a map from this for these rectangle widths, right? So for example we will, this is a frequency map, right? So 2 occurs 3 times and then 8 occurs 3 times, right? So this is what, let me just take out, this one was another map, so I will just clean it up. So now this is our tree map, right, for the given this set. So this is our given set, right? This is our given set. So we are going to prepare this frequency map from this for this given set, right? So 2 occurs 3 times, 8 occurs 3 times, and always in a tree map there is a method which will give us the once we know how much width is left, right? For example when we start here in the beginning the width is 10, right? So we will check in this tree map is what is the maximum value which is available less than or equal to 10. So 8 is available here, right? 8 is available, so we will use 8 here. So 8 is used, we will decrement this count from 3 to 2, right? Because we used 8 once. Now 2 is the leftover space, right? So now the space it will be 10 minus 8, right? Because we used 8, so now 2 is the leftover space. We will check what is the maximum value available less than equal to 2 in the tree map. So 2 is available, so we will decrement it by 1 and we will use it here, right? Now 0, now 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So once it is after that we will check if anything available 0 or less than that, no, right? So it means that we have to go to the next row basically, right? So we will go to the next row, and once we go to the next row again our availability becomes equal to the original width 10 which is given to us, right? Again it becomes 10. Again we will go into this tree map, we will check whatever is what is the maximum value which is less than equal to 10. So 8 is maximum, so we will use that, we will decrement the count. So here we are using it, right? Then we are decrementing the count by 8. So now two space will be available. Again we will go to the map, we will find out 2 here. We will search whatever is the value available which is less than or equal to 2 in this tree map, right? Maximum value which is less than equal to 2. So 2 is available, we will use it and we will reduce it to 1, right? So it becomes 2 minus 2 which is equal to 0 because we used it here. Now our available space becomes 0, right? Which means that we will again have to go to the next row from here. So we will keep going like this. So this is the way our greedy approach will work using the tree map. So let me just show you the code. Once you understand this logic, the understanding the code is not that difficult. So here n is equal to 6 is given to us. So let me just map our correct input. So 288228. So let me just map it here. Actually it's already mapped here, right? So let me just remove this comment. So this is the input 288228. So this is given to us. Then width 10 is, this is also given to us, right? As you can see here in the example, this is given 6 and 10, and then this 288228 array is also given to us. So after that we will just create a tree map, and this is a frequency map I showed you, as I showed you here, right? As I showed you here, this is a frequency map, right? So we will first create a frequency from this array. We are creating the tree map of frequency. So this is what we are doing. We are iterating through this input here, right? And we are populating the map, and this is a frequency map. So if it's the first time, it will give the frequency as 1. If frequency exists, we will just incrementing the existing frequency by 1, right? So after that I created these two variables. Remaining is the remaining width basically, and height is the height of the like this first height will be 1, right? So minimum height will be 1 here, because one, at least one height will be required, right? So we are initializing it as 1. After that we have just this while loop, right, which will keep looping. And we will first, like, we will use the tree maps first key method is there, right? So it will give us the first key available. So what, for example here the first key will give us 2 basically, right? So first key will give us 2. So we always why we are using this first key, because we wanted to get the minimum value which is available in the tree map, right? So minimum value which is available in the tree map is 2 here in this case. So we always keep checking if our remaining space that we have, if the minimum value in the map is greater than the remaining space, right? Which means that we have to shift the height, right? Means the row is filled basically, right? In that case we will have to go to the next row, and our remaining height will be again reinitialized to w is, for example, in this case 10, right? So w in this case 10. So what we are doing here is, let's say our in this case, let's say, right? So once we used 8 plus 2, so 10 height we have, all 10 width we already have used. So 10 out of 10, right? So we only have 0 available, right? So 0 available. So in this case we will make sure that our, so change row will give us 2 basically, right? 2, which is the smallest key in the map. So 2 is 2 greater than 0, like change row is greater than 0. So in this case change row will be first key, right? So change row is the 2, and remaining, if remaining is smaller, right? So if remaining is smaller, then we will have to change the height. Otherwise we will go and we will get the next value from the map, right? So change row. So let's just quickly put it here, the change row. So I'm just putting some debugging thing here at the same time, so I can show you also this one. So as you can see the change row is 2, means the minimum it is giving. So first we are putting the box 8, and after that change row is again 2, then box 2 we will put. After that change row is again 2. Now we already used the 10 out of 10, right? So we have to go to the next row basically here, right? Uh, because change row will be 2 in this case and remaining is 0, so 2 will be greater than 0, right? So in this case we have to go to the next row basically, right? Because now we don't have anything remaining. In another words, we don't have anything remaining to fit into that height, right? So let me just put a println here. So um, we will have a good printed output here, so I can show you also the same thing. It will be easy to understand. So here we are going to the this one, first one. So here we will go and get the lower key from the map, and we will just use the like lower key basically. So we will always try to put the maximum size box here, right, which in the available width. So first 8 is the 8 we will put, then 2 we will put. So that's what we are doing here. As you can see, lower key method, and we will give us the maximum uh, possible box which is less than or equal to the remaining width, right? So this one is giving us like maximum possible box which is less than or equal to, right, equal to the remaining width. So for example, if our remaining width is 2 and we have 1 and 2 boxes, right, then it will give us 2 basically, right? Because the lower key will give us the lower equal or lower value which is maximum, right? So that's what we will get here. So as you can see, the box size, once we run, you will see it here, right? So for example, see, first it will give us the box size which is maximum, then 8 we will get, right? After that we will get 2, because 10 is our total width, right? So we will go to next row, because 10 we already used now, so we are going to next row here. Again we have 8 and 2, so we will use box size 8, box size 2. So total 10 again we filled in this row, right? Again we have 0 left, so we are again going to the next row. So again box size is 8 and again the box size is 2, so total 3 rows we have basically, right? So I'm just giving the debug output here, so you will understand how the boxes are getting picked, right? So maximum amount is getting picked here. So 8 is getting picked, then 2. Again 8 is getting picked in next row, then 2, right? Again 8 is getting picked in next row, then 2, right? So this is why it is a greedy approach. And we are using the lower key method of the tree map, right? So lower key method will give us the, so let me show you quickly what lower key method does, right? So let's say if we have 1 comma 2 value, right, and we are asking for a lower key for 3, right? Then lower key will give us 2, which is the maximum in this basically, it will give, right? So it will give us 2. So that's what the lower key method does basically, because we want to greedily choose the maximum basically, right? So that's what we are doing here. And once we use that box, we will update the frequency in the map. You know, we will reduce the frequency by 1, right? And if it is 0, then we will just remove that from the map, right? Because 0 means we don't want to decrease the frequency to -1, right? If the box becomes 0, then we will just remove from the map, and then we will update the remaining amount. Remaining is equal to remaining minus whatever size we have used here, right? So for example, 10, if it is 10 in the beginning, then if we used 8 box, then the remaining will become 2, right? Like that basically. So at the end, whenever we used all the maps, like map size 0 means we used all the rectangles, we'll just break out and print the height, right? So let's just go ahead. I already showed you this example. So we are printing this height as 3 here. So this is one example that we have already seen. This is the given example, that this given example. We can try this another example also. So let's try this 516. So I'll just update the input here. So 5 and then 16 is the height, and this is the input. Let me just update it. Oh yeah, so let's just give it a run now and make sure it works. So here we are getting 2, right? And 2 is the correct height, right? 2 is the correct height. And as you can see from the output of this debug trace code, you can see that how we are using, right? Again we are picking the maximum size 8 total, and again we are picking two 8 size boxes, right? Because total width is 16, so 8 we put. After that, in the next row we are putting the leftovers, right? In that also we are picking the maximum, like 4 then 2 then 1, right? So this is how we have chosen the to put the rectangles into the box to optimize in the way to minimize the height, right? We have to keep the minimum height, and the way to keep minimum height is to use the maximum boxes whenever for the width that we have is left, right? So if you are new to my channel, on my channel, like, there is a Codeforces related playlist which is dedicated to Codeforces solved problems and examples with Java code. You will find the links of the GitHub account also, where you can check the Java solutions for different varieties of Codeforces problems that's given on my channel. There is another channel called as LeetCode and LeanCode Solutions on my channel that discusses frequently asked questions like coding interview questions by Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, Yahoo, Microsoft, and many other big tech companies. Uh, and you can go through them, practice those playlists. It will give you vast varieties of coding problems that comes during the typical coding interviews, that include graph problems, binary search tree problems, dynamic programming, BFS, DFS matrix problems, linked list and string related different coding problems. Optimization problems that can be solved using priority queue and other approaches is also discussed there. If you like this video, if you find this video helpful, and if you like the way it's created with whiteboarding examples and Java code, and then please give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel. Your subscription to the channel is really important for us, because that is the way the videos can reach to more people who need help in solving coding problems. They can also watch these solved coding problems videos and understand how to build the logic to solve different varieties of coding problems, and how to approach them, and what data structures of Java and APIs of Java to be applied to solve different varieties of coding problems, because the goal of the channel is to help as many people as possible in their Java and coding interviews. So if you like this video, please give it a like. If you have any questions, please put your questions below the description section. Share this video with your friends and colleagues. I am going to give you the link of the GitHub account, where you will find all different Java solutions. Of lots of solutions are there for solved problems. You can go through them and understand how the Java APIs and classes and libraries are also used to solve different problems. That can be definitely helpful to you in your coding interview preparation. And thanks for watching this video.